Hello and welcome back to Ankh Plays. Last episode was pretty productive with a few long-running projects that got completed. And for today, we're going to try and build on that success, and I'll tell you exactly how after we recall what we managed to do in our last episode. So let's get to that. So starting episode 9 here, we recall back to our previous installment and a couple of important things that happened. First and foremost, we'll start by the dwarf that we're following here, Athel Slipsalve. Athel turned 19 years old and came of age, and he has become a fully fledged member of the mighty Anvils. And you can see that he's acquired several different skills that he's dabbling in at this point, but nothing that it looks like is interesting to him or that he's chosen to specialize in, at least not yet. Also, so congratulations to Athel, and glad that he's part of the fort. We also discovered a colony of honeybees, and this was actually the second colony that we discovered. So there's an opportunity for us at some point in the near future to establish a honeybee colony or a honeybee farm so that we can create honey and we can make mead from that honey. We also have a new artifact. It's a legendary bin called Abalnitom. I don't know. It currently is storing a whole bunch of stone blocks, granite, orthoclase, and alunite. That was created by our manager, Aesop. And so that was pretty exciting. And then we also completed our large pasture cover that you can see here above the volcanoes, which is awesome. So this is all covered off. You can see that, well, there's much more grass that's missing here. Hopefully it grows back. It's mid-spring, so hopefully we get some more grass in here. This should continue to respawn with grass, but I guess we'll find out, and we'll see if we have problems there. We also managed to, if I go back down to the front door, we also managed to trap a bunch of camels. So I've got two camels here and another trap that we're kind of waiting on. A cage trap, I'm sorry, it's this one here. And if I go look at our creatures, we don't have, actually we do have 3 of them. So one of them's in a different spot. They're semi-wild, and we're just kind of waiting for our food stocks to run a little bit low. And I think we're just going to eat them because they're extremely heavy. They're giant camels, and camels were already pretty large. So I don't think our trading caravans will be able to take them. So they're just going to end up being food, and given the recent events, I think that the dwarves are probably fine with that. We've also managed to move our hospital down by the well. It's not complete, it's still kind of rough around the edges. We've got some walls that we need to put up here. You can see that Stodder Cobra Floors is down here hanging out. Probably, I think he's our diagnostician, so he's hanging out kind of in the ready position. There's probably some folks down here that are doing the same thing. Yeah, Tossid is our surgeon for now. So we have someone with a little bit better skills. We also started working on another important project. This is going to be a work level. Right now it's a huge mess. We want to do something about that in this episode. We'll get to that in a minute. But we started carving out this channel. You'll see that kind of transitions from here up and to around to the other volcano. So from Idgim, which is this volcano here, that's what the dwarves named it, to Noshtath down here, which is Dwarven for devourer. So eventually the goal is going to be to fill this with lava, and then we'll have a spot where we can put our magma forges on top of this. You also probably noticed that we've got some dwarves here that are hauling some galena around. And so we're going to be working on trying to clean out this area. So we've got our pit for our lava, and we also got a very small migrant wave, which pushes our dwarven population to 49 as a hamlet. So that's roughly what happened in episode 8. And in episode 9, we've got a few goals. First and foremost, I do think we want to get the lava flowing through here if we can. I'd like to give the dwarves an opportunity to clear this area out. And so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and create a couple of workshops down here. And they're just going to be stone workers workshops. Use Firelight there. And Firelight again. So the goal with this is going to be that we're going to create some workshops down here. These workshops are just constantly going to be making stone blocks. And the reason that we want to make stone blocks is because we want to use as much of the material in here before we flood this chamber with magma. So I think that getting this started early on in the episode is going to be the best thing that we can do. Give me a block. That's not how you spell it. It's going to keep our dwarves, our stone cutters, very, very busy. But what I'm hoping that does is it allows us to get all of this cleared out, and then we can just haul the blocks away with our couple of other goals. So as you've noticed, the fortress is, we want to fill that chamber up with magma, obviously. And then also, as you've noticed, the fortress is quite messy. We've got all of these blocks. Look at this. This is just ridiculous. And we've got the beginnings of some houses here, but we still need to clear a lot of this out. Same with this. Our stockpiles are looking good here. But we just have some inventory management that we have to do. And we have to get the dwarves to do that management for us. So hopefully this will help clear all of this out, and then we can get moving on that, after we get that done. So lava management first. We've got the first step of that rolling already. We want to start building some storage stockpiles to get some of these blocks and stone handled. And I think that's what we'll probably do next in just a moment, actually. And we want to continue building houses or homes for our dwarves. And so we're also going to be focusing on that. So there's a lot to do. It's just a lot. It never ends. Some rhyolite there. Let's give them some more stuff to do. This is going to end up being 4 homes. Oops. 4 homes for dwarves is what the hope is. So while they're working on that, a couple of things that I noticed that I needed to do. We need to go back out here, and we need to have them stop. Stop planting down here. And then I should probably just check the rest of these. Leave fallow, leave fallow, leave fallow. So we'll need to come back. I'll need to remember to come back and check in on this at some point once all of the stuff is harvested, and then we can tear this down. Also, we started handling... Oops, I'm jumping around a little bit here. We want to smelt some galena ore. Whoopsies. That's what I want to do. The reason that we want to do that is because down here in our lava pit, there is some galena. And I've got a galena stockpile up here, which the dwarves are starting to pull galena out of here to make. Oh, you know what? I didn't actually set this to repeat. Didn't really do a good job with that. There we go, Unk. All right. So we've got some stuff rolling. I don't know if we have enough blocks for this yet. Not quite. Okay. Okay. So while the dwarves are kind of working through some of those tasks, Let's check in on our dwarven watch list and see how the dwarves are doing. I think last episode we left off with Seabrick, and so I'd like to double check in with him. So a couple of episodes ago he lost his nephew. Let's just see how he's doing. I really think that we need to give this guy a special nickname as well. Here he is hauling fish. He just does all kinds of different things in the fortress, and he's so energetic. It looks like he caught a raw shad, or maybe 4 raw shads. He's preparing them now. But I think we need to give him a nickname, and I don't know what that nickname should be, but I think we're going to call him Dabbler for now. Every time I look, he's doing something completely different, which is hilarious to me. Maybe it's just the personality, I suppose. He's curious, good intuition, doesn't have a lot of creativity, definitely has a lot of energy. So his eldest son is a stonecutter in the fortress. Cog, which is our outpost liaison, that's his eldest daughter. And then he's got his 4 other children here. We talked about Elath a couple of times, or we've talked about her several times. She's our current expedition leader. The dwarves have taken to calling her Mother. And one of her children, Unib, was killed by Delurtenshed. And Ethel just became his nephew Ethel just became a peasant here in the fortress. So yeah, it seems like if I go back to overview, he wants to be with family. He wants to pray. He's praying to Kadol the Goldenrod. I don't know if... I think this must be the religion that he's part of. He might be looking for a temple. So that's good. He's getting that need met. But we've got quite a few needs that are going to contribute to his lack of focus, potentially. All right, so we'll jump around a little bit more, and we'll jump back over to Elath, our expedition leader, our second expedition leader. We call her Mother. She's actually doing pretty well. And right now, she's preparing raw fish. It seems like Seabrick and Elath, brother and sister, they do a lot of the same things. Just like, almost like parallel play. They're just doing one thing after another. So she's hauling some granite now, of course, to make a granite pot, which is great. Just pick that up and start working on it. We definitely need more pots. For the love of God, we have 1,000 drinks, which is great. I love it. We're not going to run out of drinks anytime soon. Looking for some martial training, so we need to be thinking about military implications at some point in this fortress. I'm hoping that happens soon. But we'll see how far we get. It's probably not going to be this episode. Acquiring an object, fighting would be the martial training. Causing trouble, maybe not the best thing to do as the expedition leader, but she seems to be well loved by the group. Just drop down and see. Well, she's got quite a few dwarves that she's become friends with. 2 close friends here. Asab, I think he is... Oh yeah, he's the manager. Bin makers, we call him. They've had to work together pretty closely since our previous expedition leader passed, Irish. And now she's headed off to meditate on torture. Okay, well, that's great. Let's jump to Kib, who is also known as Herdslayer. There's Kib. And Kib is a pretty good planter. He's actually walking around doing some planting right now, which is great. He's grabbing some plum helmet seeds. The dwarves have gotten really good at planting this stuff, which is great. Our planters guild, or our farmers guild, has done a lot of good for the fortress. It could be improved. You can see it kind of down here in the corner. while Kib is working on things. He has also got a lot of... He's a very social dwarf, as you can see. He's got a lot of passing acquaintances, but not very many friends at this point. And I don't know if that's because he's too busy, or if it's just because he hasn't been in the fortress for long enough, or if he's just not really interested in it. These traits here don't really... They don't really indicate that he might be good or bad at making friends. Or like holding deeper relationships. So yeah, Kib seems to be doing fine. He was the one, as a reminder, he was the dwarf that ultimately killed Dilurtenshed, the giant named one-humped camel. So I think he's gotten the better of the outcomes of the folks who fought Dilurtenshed, even though he gets a whole bunch of bad thoughts here as we jump into summer. Okay, and the other dwarf on our watch list still for right now, and I think his situation has dramatically improved, but we're just going to double check, is Shorest. And not the farmer Shorest, but the stonecutter Shorest. And if you'll recall, towards the middle and end of last episode, Shorest he didn't have as good of an attitude. In fact, he was kind of bordering in this area here. But as we check in with him today, it really looks like he is only one of the 4 dwarves that is kind of nonplussed with everything. And this might be the best that we're able to do with this dwarf. He's got some unmet needs, but they're not really horrible or really cloying at this point. The Oily Doctrine getting a temple was a big win for him. I think that's something that we might have lost this dwarf otherwise. So one of the other things that he has is he's got a status of ability to grasp somewhat impaired. And, oh, we lost track of him. Where is he? Okay, yeah, he's up here, hanging out in another temple. He's got a left elbow muscle suture still that hasn't quite healed up. And there's something else. I thought that he was missing a hand, wasn't he? Yeah, his right hand is gone. So his ability to grasp is somewhat impaired, is probably due to the fact that he's missing a right hand. And this was all thanks to Dilurtenshed, which is really unfortunate. But that's one of the reasons why I've been interested in watching him and seeing how he's doing. Obviously, his little thought here is I've been well. I'm trying not to... Do we have him assigned to a labor? We don't. Okay, that's good. I'm trying not to assign him to a labor and just kind of letting him do what he wants and pick up jobs when he wants. But you'll notice he's also got quite a few people, in fact, many people in the Farmers Guild that are friends with him. And of course, hanging out in the temple here. Let's see what groups he's part of. He's also part of the, yeah, we talked about that. He's part of the Oily Doctrine. So we'll probably follow this dwarf for maybe an episode or 2 after this. And then we might switch to someone more interesting if he continues on his recovery. Headed back upstairs. Excellent. And now he's going over here. He just kind of floats around, does whatever he wants. Doesn't really seem like he's too interested in doing many jobs. He's going back and forth. He's gone back and forth between the 2 temples, which is hilarious to me. Where's he going now? Is he going to go back to the other temple? No. He went down to the hospital. Now he's going up to the other temple. Now he's talking to one of his friends here. Okay. Well, we'll let him to it. It doesn't seem like he's actually contributing all that much, but that's okay. Missing a hand is a pretty serious injury, especially if your other side is also injured. I'm just noticing these farm plots as we kind of focus back in on fortress construction here, or hamlet construction, if you will. And these farm plots, you'll notice how there's no options to plant anything in these. That is because, well, nothing grows in the mountains. I don't know why it took me so long to learn this, but a little bit of wiki reading and Googling, and sure enough, as it happens, there's no reason to have farm plots here. Too bad. So our food situation in this fortress is going to be tenuous at best. We'll get rid of this farm plot, and we'll use this for something else as well. Let's get rid of that. And I'm going to leave this door open, but I'm just going to wall this off. So I'm going to get rid of the door, and then I'm going to wall it off. We're going to use this for something else. Let's check in on how the dwarves are doing with block making. Seems like maybe they're starting to pull some of these blocks away. I am not going to allow any work orders to be added to these shops. And the reason why is because I just want them to make rock blocks over and over again. So there needs to be a dwarf down here working on each and every one of these stations until all of this is gone. What I'm hoping that they do is we don't get the regular jobs. Those are back up here in the stone carvers area. Stone cutters, sorry. And then when we go back down here, we have more of an opportunity to get, like, Adil here is making rock blocks, which is great. What are you working on, Adil? He's making phyllite. Yeah, so probably one of these things. And we've got 1, 2, 3 pieces of galena that still need to be cleaned up in here. If I can get the galena out, then I'm more comfortable letting these boulders be consumed by lava if I need to. So we've got some mining setup that we can do for this. It's not where I want to go. I think it's right. I think it's here. Let's go one here. Okay, so I need to basically mine this block out from below. So I think we need to do that as well. And what that's going to do is these guys are going to come up here. I think I need to channel. Whenever you start playing with lava, let's double check that. So I want to break this stone right here. It needs to be diagonal. And that is going to... That is going to, I think I need to put a bridge over this. We're going to cancel that just for the moment. Let's get some more rocks cleaned up here. I'm scared. I'm legit scared. The dwarves have worked so hard, it would be a shame for me to muck up their... It'd be a shame for me to muck up their accomplishments thus far. think this song is from Adventure Mode. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What did I do? Did I make floor? Oh, man. Talk about wasting rhyolite blocks. It's supposed to be walls. I seem to have a bad habit of doing that. Instructions, wall. There we go. That's all we're gonna get there, unfortunately. Also, we are getting galena smelted here. If I go up a couple of levels, there we are. And we're getting lead bars and we're getting silver bars, and we have a lot of lead. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to have some mine carts made. And say what you want about lead poisoning, but the dwarves don't really care about it. So we're going to forge a bunch of mine carts. And I think we're just going to, yeah, we'll just make 10 of them. Because I think we've got, how many lead bars do we have? We've got 36 lead bars. That should be no problem for mine carts. I think we can, even if it's two bars per cart, and I don't know what the ratio is, but if there's 2 bars per cart, that's totally fine. How's our galena collection coming along? 3 more pieces down here. It seems like maybe these are getting done, but it's not clear to me. Bismuthinite? Bismuthinite? I don't know. He's hauling diorite. Dude, just take the blocks from up here. We'll do our best with that. If we can get the galena, the last 3 pieces of galena out of here, although I'm starting to care less and less about it, then that will be an accomplishment. Black coffins. Still got a little bit of wood. Here's a camel. And yeah, we are probably going to go on a little adventure for stockpiling here as well. So to that end, I think we need to figure out... We're going to be mining for quite a while. Where do we want our boulders ultimately to be stored? Like, where's the boulder drop-off that's going to turn we're going to be able to turn all of our stuff into rock blocks from? Where's our stone supply going to be? And I think it's going to be on level 50. And the reason that I say that is because we're going to start having to dig down to the cavern layers and beyond that to get more resources to build the edifices that the dwarves have aspirationally in this fortress. Like, they've got some stuff that they want to build that's quite magnificent, and we're not going to be able to do that without a steady supply of stone. So we're going to start thinking at scale, and we're going to start thinking long term, at risk of channeling a little bit of corporate into my speech there. It's just dwarf fortress corporations. This should be more than enough space. And what this is going to do is it's going to give us a ton of boulders again. Oh, I don't have the fuel. Okay, so I can't forge the mine carts. I forgot about that. Forging is not my strong suit. All right, let's see if we can fix that. Yes, we can. Okay, so here's what we'll do. We'll make another little guy right here. And then what we're going to do after that is... Come on, dig it out. Thank you. And then we're going to make some floor out there. And we'll just make it out of... Yeah, we'll make it out of rhyolite. That's fine. No access, so we gotta wait until that gets installed. Oops. This is not the best way to do this, by the way. In fact, I can almost guarantee you it's not the best way to do it. Should seal this up too. Whatever, granite. I don't care. Lots of nice white sand down here. And that's tetrahedrite. So that's iron ore. Great. Yeah, this is looking really good. If I look in on the dwarves' happiness, that kind of tells me that since all the moods are shifting in that direction, we're not overloading them with too much work. They're able to do some relaxation, and still we're getting some work done. Which, I mean, it's all about work-life balance. You got to be able to drink some of the booze that you work so hard to. Good Lord, they are cranking on it too. Look at that. Let's see. No, that's not it. Why can't I find it? Why can't I remember what it is? Well, we have a ton of prepared meals. In fact, we can probably just start trading that as our primary trading ingredient. Oh, that's right. Why was I thinking? Go look in labor standing orders, or sorry, labor kitchens. And we've got 1,275 drinks of wine, 81 rum, and beer is 72, and then for some reason 2 yak's milk. But don't cook any of the seeds. We have so many plump helmets, it's not even funny. That's why we're getting the dwarven wine, because it's plump helmet wine. And cave wheat's only brewing. Yeah, that's fine. We are so far ahead on drink. I think food might be a little bit of a challenge, but we'll find that once we get to a point. Stray yak bowl. Okay. Speaking of food. Okay, bowl number 1 is 2 years old. Where is bowl number 2? That's a cow. He is a 1-year-old, which means not the cow. Goodbye, sweet prince. And I think this is a hard decision, but it looks like that thing is getting overgrazed. And I've got 2 water buffalo bulls. We're just we're gonna have a party here, guys. I don't want the water buffaloes. So, water buffalo, slaughter, slaughter, slaughter. Okay. We're gonna have some beef. Okay, so here's what I forgot. I gotta do a workshop, and I gotta do a magma forge. Boom, right there. We got some steel anvils. I've got 600 orthoclase. It doesn't really matter, but this is already orthoclase, so we may as well do that. Build it up. Oh, he's got to do some hauling still. Sweet. All right. So we've got that ready to go. Now we can make our lead mine carts. Forge, lead mine cart, 10x, And then we can get rid of this one here, I think. Yeah. We'll just remove that guy. Totally fine. We're good. We still have 3 pieces of galena. This is starting to get more sparse, though, so that's good. And let's check in on the galena stock. We're only down to 108. Yeah, we need more smelting, more smelters. Might not get that far. Also, as things start to like pile up in places like here, it gets harder and harder to actually efficiently work in a workshop that's crowded. So, it is what it is, folks. Hey, it is Shurust, the stonecutter. He's the last one. We didn't give him a name last episode, and I wanted to give him a name. Guess what? Shurust is now called Stumpy. And hey, we've got a doctor. He has claimed a stonecrafter. Let's take a look at Obok. He is in a strange mood. Let's follow him for a little bit here. And he's particularly secretive, and he's working. Okay. He grabbed... Oh no, those are just scepters. Okay. He grabbed some logs. Thanks, dude. Horse leather and what looks like granite blocks. Yeah. And a large granite pot. I feel like we're going to get another useful... Good on you, Dwarf. We're going to get another useful artifact. So maybe we won't put... I don't know, I just feel bad. This bin is just sitting here. There's a whole bunch of blocks in it, and it's just sitting here. It's not doing anything. Forge lead minecart. There we go. Okay. Now, we had them on level 50. They're still kind of grinding away on this. They're actually doing really good. This is fast. Some tanzanites, some red zircons. That's great. I love the color of the lapis lazulis. It's a very, very deep blue. What are you up to? He's making orthoclase. So he's hauling orthoclase up from this level. This is going to be where our stoneworkers workshop is going to go, though. So to that end, I think... Well, we'll come back to that. Hold that thought. Obok, the doctor, has created Anvilseal, a black cap ring, and he offers it to the mighty Anvils. Well, thank you, Obok. Let's take a look at this ring, shall we? Anvilseal, or opened flag. This is a black cap ring. Okay, so it's a wooden ring. All quaffed dwarf ship is of the highest quality. It's decorated with black cap and encircled with bands of rough granite cabochons. This object is adorned with hanging rings of horse leather. On the item is an image of circles in larch. Interesting. Well, thank you, Obok. It's very kind of you. I think we shall put your artifact on display right here. Can I put some rhyolite floor down? Is it rhyolite? I know I've got it here somewhere. Well, I thought I had some more. I must have scrolled past it like 2 or 3 times now, but I cannot for the life of me. No, it's like it's not in this list. What are you guys doing? What's going on here? There's a piece of rhyolite. Oh, that's the building. There's a rhyolite, but oh, that's the building as well. You're making orthoclase. You're making orthoclase. I need rhyolite, guys. What's going on? All right, well, we'll display that ring. Once we get some floor underneath it. I know that's a really crummy... Sorry, but we can't do that because we can't put floor down. And we can't put floor down, we can't put the pedestal down. And if we can't put the pedestal down, then your ring can't go on display for all of the fortress to see. And I'm not making the floor out of gold. That's just, it's a non-starter for me, guys. Jumping back down here, let's check in. So this Galena stockpile is still pretty full. Probably gonna have to go in and add some to the stockpile. Just in case. We'll just, like, doesn't make sense not to include that stuff, right? Because it's that way it's already in a stockpile. I don't know. It doesn't really seem like they're moving these boulders, unfortunately. So let's get down here. And we're going to make some... do that, and we can just put granite floors down. Do we have granite? Nope. What is going on? Granite blocks. I just typed it and it's right here. Whatever. They're 6x6. Granite. Come to think of it. These houses don't all have to be uniform, do they? Where would the fun in that be? 6 by... Is that 6 by 7? Oh dear. My goodness, it is. All right, well. These are quite lavish homes then. Let's get rid of these guys here because we're gonna put doorways on there, and we'll just slap walls up for those, so we don't have to we just put the walls down. We don't need to put floors and then walls down. I'm gonna suspend these, otherwise I'm gonna... The dwarves will start working on it too early. Yeah, these are going to be like the luxury houses right here, man. These are big deals. Like, most of the time people don't... I'm trying something new. A lot of times I make like just the bare minimum for my dwarven bedrooms. And the last fortress that I ran, the run was interesting because I was experimenting with a upstairs bedroom and a downstairs dining hall for each dwarf. So you had like a personal dining hall. And one thing that I quickly learned about this is it's not good for the dwarven social interaction if everyone has their own private dining hall. Because if they have a private dining hall, then they're not going to see other dwarves while they are while they're eating, right? And if they don't get that, then they're losing. So I had a whole bunch of like socially withdrawn dwarves who, I mean, it just seemed like they needed more friends. I don't know. It didn't work out as well as I had hoped. We'll put it to you that way. So this time I'm like, I still like the idea of having multi-story homes, but we'll put one dwarf in one and another dwarf in the upstairs, kind of like almost dwarven apartments. We'll see how that goes. Give me some granite here. Use all that material up really quickly. Okay, we better have rhyolite. Although I guess I could have looked just a minute ago. I had the menu open. Nope. Are we out of rhyolite? Is that really a thing? That's mica. Did we just burn through all of our rhyolite? And I very poorly planned this? That's all mica. That's mica. Geez, yeah, we're out of rhyolite. Well, that's not good. Guys, this is kind of a creative project. Like, we need to finish this up. Okay, so I've got rhyolite here. This is microcline. This is rhyolite over here. Probably not wise to start hollowing that part of the volcano out. But this is all rhyolite. Yeah, and we have a bunch of miners that aren't doing anything, so let's make this just a low priority. And we're just going to start... Oh, you know what? Oh, rats. I was hoping that this would be rhyolite over here, but it looks like it's microcline. Microcline's pretty, but I do need rhyolite. So let's start with that. Channel all this out. Why can't I channel them next to the map? Is there a reason that can't happen? I guess you can't channel next to the map. All right, this should be interesting. We are going to make this all lower down, and we're just going to start lowering this hillside ever so gradually. And hopefully that'll give us some rhyolite to go after. It'll be a bit of a haul, but hey, look at all of our lead mine carts. Okay, so now that we've got our lead mine carts, and we've got a whole bunch of stuff that got kicked around here. Resume, resume, and then we're gonna put some doors on this. Oops, I'm sorry. One step before that. Have some engravers do their deed. Oh dear, that's phyllite. Well, that's a mistake that I guess we'll have to remediate in some other way. Do some granite floors here. And then some more granite floors across this. $191. Okay, so we're good. Oops. That's going to bother me, so I'm going to have to change that. I know it's stupid, but it is what it is. Just don't hurt your fellow man. while you're up there. Actually, that should probably be like P3. There's a camel loose in the fortress. How did you get loose? Do we have more of them that just came onto the map? Is that what I'm seeing? Those are the dead ones. Alright. Good game, guys. Game over, Pat. Camels. Are you tame? I think so. Good night. Gonna have a camel fry. That's all I can say. The dwarves are done with it. They're done with it, you guys. Just no more camels. It's gonna give us an obscene amount of food. I understand that. Yes. And it's fine. Hard at work. Look at all these drinks. Oh my goodness, there's so much dwarven wine. That is out of control. Okay. Oh, someone's throwing up. Not feeling good. Yeah. Dizzy. Why is she dizzy? Well, that's a good question. So the reason that she's dizzy is because she probably has sunlight sickness. Oops. And sunlight sickness is basically if your dwarves don't get exposed to the outside for a while and they stay inside for too long, all of a sudden they become, well, they don't feel so good. And yeah, they're all coming out here now. That's fine. Plenty of Alunite. Let's get creative with these guys. Hope I'm making stone workers. Yep. And hopefully this will make sense in a moment. I am running low on granite, so I might be out of granite blocks. Oh no, we're still good. We have plenty of granite. Sounds glamorous. Yeah, I'm very satisfied with my puns. We need some more. I'm gonna add some more granite to this. Can't spell it like that though. When you type it into the game, it's just not gonna work. Okay, we burned through pretty much all of our granite there, and we need to put some granite walls in for this particular place. I think I can still get away with. Some of that, and some of that. And then we're going to build a couple more pieces of floor out. It looks like we go this far if we want it to match. And what I hope is going to happen here is that we will get this stuff taken care of and we can actually put some dwarves in some homes. Really hope we can get to that point in this episode. No, they're actually going down here and getting these guys. Okay, cool. And what we're going to start doing is we've got... Man, there's puke all over the place up here. Let's burn this stuff down. Okay, that's busy. That's busy. See you later. Got a job active. Get rid of some of these. Deconstruct them. Deconstructing them because we want the dwarves to go downstairs and start working down there. We've got our mine carts now. There we go. And this is going to be... Oops, come on. It's going to be a boulder input stockpile. And we need to say no barrels. We're going to check that in a minute. Custom. And we want stone. I don't want metal ores in there, but I do want other stone. This is the stuff that you typically make your walls and floors and clay and pots and that kind of stuff out of. So yeah, all of that stuff is fine. This stuff usually you're gonna do something with, I think. And then of course this stuff you're gonna smelt. So it's not a real good reason to put it in this boulder stock here. So that's boulder input. They're going to start tossing just boulders, random boulders from this, which is fine. Now the next thing we're going to do is we are going to put a stockpile right here. And that's going to have the same setup. No clay, no economic, and no metal ores. And then we're going to call this staging. Boulder staging. And hopefully, yeah, that's going to work. And what do I want next? I want one of these guys, and then I want a... Oh, you know what it is? I think it is here? No, I want to carve a track stop. I thought it was in here. That's rollers. Gear assembly. Nope, it's not there. There it is. Set the friction and auto dumping duration. Auto dumping is not required. We're going to go this way. And drop it in right there. And we can make it out of granite blocks. Yeah, buddy. Oh my goodness. A giant fly has given birth to triplets. Is it just me, or is that disconcerting? Like, okay, now we've got rhyolite. Yeah. Like, camels are bad enough. Guys, like, is that really, like, something we want to deal with? Giant flies? Okay. Giant flies. There's another one down. Another one down. We'll be able to do something with this after we get the rhyolite. We're entirely too reliant on our rhyolite, unfortunately. Look at all the orthoclase blocks. It just gets strewn all over the place. Oh, no, come on. He threw a block over the top of Udistalan. Udistilslan? I don't know how to say that. Alright, well. It is what it is. Okay, a residence hall. So, yeah, we can build some walls here. Granite. Some more granite. Yeah, these houses are expensive from a supply perspective. You don't have a lot of dwarves working on it anyways. Need an adjacent wall. Yeah, I know. Sorry. There we go. Get them going on that. Have we done any walls with rhyolite? Hey, there's 28 rhyolite blocks. All of a sudden, they just, like, you think about it, they magically appear. Love it. Getting closer, getting closer. It's looking good. It's looking really good. 2,700 food. We're going to dump a whole bunch of biscuit meals, you guys. The next time the traders come, it's late summer, so they're going to be here in like a month or two. And we're just going to have a field day. Still 3 pieces of galena. The heck is going on? Oh, yeah. Okay, so let me see if I can remember how to do this. We've got the track stop here. And so we want to go, I'm just going to pause this and I'm going to walk through this as, don't show me again, I'll figure it out. So we've got new Route 1 and this is going to be, I'm going to call this Boulder Supply. Boulder QS. And you might be wondering, click the tile to position the stop. Building a track stop is recommended. Yep, we got one of those. And here is the stop. We're going to add one of our newly minted lead mine carts and link the stockpile to the stop. Citizens will haul items to and from the mine cart as you specify. Items for the mine cart must be specified in the desired button to the left. Okay, yeah, sure, whatever that means. So stuff going into the minecart is going to be here from Boulder Staging, and stuff coming out of the minecart is going to go into this one here, which is Boulder Supply. So that's done. And we can get rid of all of these. Say done here. Boulder QS stop. So I got my minecart. We selected the track stop. I forgot about this step. We want stones in this guy, and we only want other stone. So this is all the stuff we're going to be working on. And I think that's it. Let me double check. So we've got a boulder of phyllite in this stockpile in the boulder supply. No wheelbarrows on this stockpile. We can do 1 wheelbarrow max here. No barrels and bins. It's the important piece. Okay. And then let's see if this works. It's been a while since I've set one of these up. And it might be it might be a minute. We'll come back to this. I'm going to double check that we've got this walled off. Sure enough, we do. Great. And this area needs some attention as well. It's just looking really ragged, unfortunately. We've got so many different priorities, And these houses, I'm just noticing, are completely different sizes. This is a 6x6, and this is like a 4x... That's okay. A little bit of variation is fine. Well, I saw rhyolite blocks in there. I don't know why this isn't showing up. I really don't think it's because I'm doing something wrong. I think the game is just weird sometimes. Yeah, I've got 53 of them. What the heck? Looking good. Oh, we forgot to put doors on those guys. There's a little bit smaller houses. These ones will be a little bit larger. That's okay. They kind of vary in real life too. Everyone has a little bit different house. Rhyolite blocks. Yeah. Ooh. We need some beds. Let's order some beds, shall we? Let's do 10. Sure. We can use 10. Let's check in on our little stockpile trick here. Oh yeah, look at that. So we've got a whole bunch of boulders down here. This is awesome. And so what happens is a dwarf will come along and they will toss something into the minecart and then they'll dump it immediately out after, and it just keeps getting dropped onto this one pile. So this huge stockpile here will be where the boulders get put, and then we just get dumped here. And then we can actually make a block output as well. In fact, I think we're going to do that right now. We've got enough room here, so we'll just do it here. Boom. This is going to be... Oh yeah, I've got to go into... I think it's not stone. Let's go custom. Because it's not stone, it's blocks. At this point, bars and blocks, yeah. Stone, clay. Yeah, sure, that's fine, I guess. No big deal. And then this is going to give us bins and barrows. Just leave it there. And this is going to be bar, block, stone block, collector. Done. Actually, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about this, we could just do this. Do another one right here. Stone, block, output. And then we'll do custom, bars and blocks, and stone clay. I guess there's clay blocks that can go in here, which might become a problem later. I don't see clay in this list, but whatever, it's fine. And then we gotta set this to 0. It's actually one of the key things is you've got to set these to, make sure they're set to 0, especially the output ones. Just double checking here. This is stone block staging, just to be consistent with our naming. And then we've got... Oh, I forgot where we did that. It's in track stop. Yeah, okay. Boom. I forgot what I did for this. Granite. Yeah, just do granite there. Cool. I'll have another one of these. And then we've got pretty much a functioning stone industry. And then our blocks will just be sitting here. It's kind of a long ways for the dwarves to like hoof it all the way back up to some of these levels, right? But I think it's okay. It's okay for now. This generator's still looking good with the water in it. Late summer. Whole bunch of lead mine carts just sitting out on that ledge. Okay. Autumn has come. Here we go, guys. We're diving into autumn. Masterpiece plumwood bed. Great. You know what that means? These are gonna be sweet, sweet bedrooms. Making those beds, dude. We got 49 of these to go. Boy, they just... okay. So we got -1 Galena here. Bye-bye. We're going to get rid of you. And we've started on the home building for the dwarves. That was one of our goals. I think we're gonna make it. We have a... Just so you guys know, these are quantum stockpiles. That's what they're called, typically. We gotta put in... I always mess this up. Here it is. This is the stone block QS. And he belongs right there. Stone block, stop. What goes in this minecart? It's going to be blocks, and it's going to be other material. No, stone clay. We've got a minecart there. I named it. I called out the track stop it's supposed to be at. Delete all of those. Set our stockpiles. Our input stockpile is going to be this stone block staging, and our output stockpile is going to be the stone block output, which already, as you can see, we've got our requisite stone in, and then this insanely long list of boulders. So that one's working. Slowly getting cleaned up. And we've got more than enough. You know what? I'm just thinking about this now. And I think we can adjust some of our jobs. So we've been pretty conservative on these rhyolite blocks. Let's make 10. If it's greater than 9, then make 10. And the orthoclase, if it's greater than 9, then make 10 as well. And then we're using granite for other stuff here, like granite pots and doors and stuff like that, so maybe that's fine. But we do need another one of these types of stone that's really numerous. So let's take a look at what kind of stone we might have here. Excuse me. Oh, you know what? I know how to do this. Oh, these are done. Okay. This is going to be a funky house. We have a ton of orthoclase. We have a ton of granite too. We're going to be ramping up on the microcline. It probably doesn't matter. Like, we can have them make granite blocks too. Just keep them overloaded, you know. One more in orthoclase, and then one more in orthoclase. Yeah, that's perfect. And then here, perfect. Nope. You did it again, Onk. This guy's getting... Whoever this is getting gypped. Actually, I could really just do that. That would be fine. I don't know why I was thinking about... why I was doing it that way. This will work. Then we don't gyp them on square footage. Never want your contractor to do that. Never want them to, like, not quite do their job. Okay. Oh my gosh, I did it again. And I have the game. I've forgotten why I paused the game, but suffice it to say, these guys will have plenty to do when we unpause it. Okay. Got a whole bunch of beds. We gotta start throwing these in here, guys. Oh, you know what? Order of operations. Don't hate me. It feels like at every turn. This is like building a real house, though. Like, there's always something that, like, changes at the last second. And you've got to, like... I've gone through it with a few people, a few friends who've built houses. And it's always so frustrating because it's like, you think you're done, and then all of a sudden... No, the contractor didn't do this, or they didn't do that, and all of a sudden, you know, you gotta wait another 2 months. That's what it feels like. Okay. There's all these blocks down here too now. I totally forgot about that. Maybe we'll be able to haul some of those. Let's check and see something here. I don't know what I'm looking for, but I will... Here it is. stone. Orthoclase is magma safe. Okay. Yeah, they might be a little too busy now. Might have just bitten off a little bit too much. A little bit more than we could chew. It's alright. What are you working on? Okay. Definitely pulling some blocks out. That's good. And it started raining on the surface, so whoop-de-doo. Won't designate any more mining. There's a lot of work going on inside the fortress. It would sure be nice to, as I said, kind of level this hillside out. That's not good. Oh, this is, wow. Stillerton sheds blood. Yeah, tons of rhyolite up here. That's exactly what I wanted. We'll keep leveling this guy out. Lovely. And we will do a trade as well. Feb, Seabreck's daughter has arrived to talk with her aunt, Lath, and the trade caravan's arrived. Could not have come at a worse, well, I don't know, maybe not a worse time, but like, guys, we're gonna move some goods. Let's look for some meals. Oh, that's prepared meals. I know we have more than that. Okay, yeah, so we've got a whole bunch of this stuff here. We're gonna trade some of this stuff away. But we're not trading the barrels. Just, yeah, don't get excited. But we're gonna bring out this stuff as well. And then, if memory serves, it was scepters that we wanted. Yeah, oh, look at that. Nobody wanted any of the Phyllite scepters? Okay, well, your loss. We'll just throw them all out there. Nobody wanted them. 64 items waiting to go out, which is great. And some of these jobs here get suspended because there's so many dwarves working on stuff at the same time that it just, you know, you don't have enough. We got some diplomacy. Solo conversation between Auntie Alath and niece Feb. I am your outpost liaison. I'm your liaison from the mountain homes. Let us discuss your situation. Okay. Let's do that. Merit deserves a reward. I come empowered to establish this colony as an official land of our realm. Can you imagine the trade wagons? Of course. There are responsibilities, and the nobility must live well. Do you have anyone suitable to recommend for elevation? And you know, I've been thinking about this, and there's a few people that I could consider making the Baron. Alath is a tempting choice, but she likes short swords, mail shirts, cabinets, and catapult parts, which means we're just going to be stuck making those things. This peasant has no item preferences, but I'm sure as they gain some skills, they might have some item preferences. You know what? Not ready. Not ready to make that decision. We're just gonna cancel out of it. Hopefully we get another shot at it. But you would have to make a Baron. They're unloading their goods. This is great. Hey, we're ready to go. We are ready, folks. We're ready to trade. Some instruments. So once Aesop is done with the Galena ore, then we will go ahead and make a pass at some trade. Hopefully he doesn't have to like run off and sleep or some such nonsense like that. Trader's ready to trade, so he's good. We're just waiting for our buddy here. I'm going to set another one of these guys down at the work area here. This is going to be stonework in central. This should be F6. Nice. Look at all those blocks. That's great. Love it. Let's go back out here. We're ready to trade. Here we go. Okay, so they brought us logs. We can use logs. Eker, Corsids, Thebils, and Czars. And okay. What the heck? We got an entire orchestra here. Guys, whose idea was it to bring all of this stuff? This is some of this stuff is expensive. Okay. Oh, I can't open the barrels and just give them the raw food. Fine, just take the barrels. Take all of the scepters. And that's $4,000. $5,000, okay. So we took all of that. Let's shop for a minute here. If I can get some instruments, that would be really cool. But my God, there's a lot of them. This is plaster. Seems like this would be really helpful for the hospital. So maybe a couple of bags of plaster. We'll take a bin. Oh, I want some steel anvils. That's a lot of leaves and fruit. Boy, they were so picky, or they were so, like... I don't know, I feel like we have to take all of this stuff because we can't grow it, right? And so... This is variety, and it's much needed variety. We don't need the quarry bushes. Strawberries. Oh. Red spinach. More spinach. I'm not gonna say the dwarves like Popeye, but that's pretty nice. Okay. We gotta take it. Like, we don't need the quarry bush stuff, right? Because we've got plenty of those. We can process those out if we need them. What else do I got in here? This is cloth, 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 cloth. It's a lot of cloth. Can I grab a couple more of these anvils? I know I'm being very greedy. It's probably all I'm going to be able to take from them if I go for all of the anvils. So let's see here. Steel coursed. Look at that. Maybe we establish, like, we go after something that's a little bit more simple. Glass czar. Oh my gosh, these instruments are expensive. Do you guys have like a discount section where like you can get 3 for 10 or something like that? Okay, that's a little bit more reasonable. Alased. Also a little reasonable. Rasuk, I guess it is. Yeah, there's a gussel, which is a drum, is what it looks like. Yeah, it's super pricey. So this is kind of a dubious trade, right? We're only leaving them with 457 in profit, but honestly, I don't care. It's done. Oh, no, it's not. Even with your combined trade goods, such as they are, I can't fathom you ending up with the items you desire. Well... Oh, do I have to be green? Maybe I have to be green. Usually I'm always so nice to him. And I'm just like, yeah, you're gonna make money off of this. No problem, bro. And... maybe that's not realistic. Try it now. You'll need more goods to make this arrangement. All I see here is not enough. Okay. Well, what if I drop one of the bags of plaster, and I don't really need the wool yet. Really don't want to drop one of these steel anvils, but I suppose that's the price that I'm going to have to pay. Thank you for your business. Yeah, you drive a hard bargain there, Abin. But okay. That's going to be it. That's going to be all. As a little disappointing, I'm not going to lie. But you know, that's the way that it goes sometimes, I guess. Well, let's drop back in here. Now we can put these beds together. Doot, 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 doot. More beds. More beds. Let's get some of this rolling. Okay. We got some beds going there. All right, this has been an interesting episode, but I think it's time for us to close it out. I'd like to thank you for joining me, and I hope that you're enjoying the playthrough. If you're watching along this far, you probably are getting something out of it, and I'm happy to know that. As you go on with your day, don't forget to hit someone with kindness, and we'll see you next time.